I'm Leroy. These are my mules, Zach and Fancy, my dandy little pack mule. We just got back from our 2018 trail ride in Colorado. I made some video, didn't make it with the purpose in mind of uploading it on YouTube. But a couple of friends of mine out of state want to see it, so I'm going to go ahead and upload it. If you choose to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. It's certainly not professionally done, but if nothing else, maybe it'll get you in the mood of going to the mountains and trail riding if you haven't ever done it. It's a special trip. If you choose to call me or text me, feel free to. I enjoy talking about my mules and trail riding. So again, enjoy it if you choose to. My phone number is 417-860-7584. Going down this 2,000-foot drop, zigzag, one zigzag at a time. Well, it's 4 miles to the trailhead. 2.5 miles coming down that 2,000-foot elevation change. Long ways down it. This is East Soap Creek. We're probably 11-2, somewhere around there. East Soap Creek Basin, big basin, turns down there and runs for about 5 miles, maybe 6. Whoa. East Soap Creek Basin. One big valley, as we would call it back home. Nice day to be in the mountains. This is where Jared spotted me last year. Man, was I glad to see him. This is where I was when Bo came flying by wide open after landing up on top of the mountain, back to my left somewhere. Boy, was I glad to see that plane the first time. Couldn't figure out what the heck was going on the second time though. Whoa. Someone's been outfitting rides in this summer. They've got them a corral and cook tent all set up. Nothing like sitting, having a hot cup of coffee and watching it rain. Kids have got their butt in the wind. Glad I got to camp a little early tonight. Had a few showers. But I was lucky enough to be prepared for it. But I got everything set up before it started raining. Roughing it in the high country. Camp's down there at the bottom. Going up to Bonfus Peak. And we're not there yet. Boniface Peak. We're getting close. Well, about 20 years ago, I was up here elk hunting. Whoa, Zach. And not more than 100 yards over there, I saw the most massive timberline buck I've ever seen. I've never seen anything that even came close to him. His body and mass was so large, I actually thought it was a young 5-point bull. But the rack just kept splitting, having forks on it. And naturally, I didn't have an elk tag. But I'll always remember that buck. He had to be in the 36 to 38 inch class. And just a massive rack, heavy mass, width. He had it all. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Well, I like about 20 yards being on top of Boniface Peak, but I'm by myself. I don't want to take any chances. But this is where I've been riding for the last 5 days. And it'll give you an idea. If you like trail riding, get you a good mule and put this on your bucket list if you haven't done it. It will be worth the sacrifices. And speaking of my mules, I love riding in this big timber. And the aspens, and above tree line. Well, I guess I just love riding in the mountains. Well, we finished our trail ride in the West Elks and gave the mules a day rest. Now we're heading into the San Juans out of Ouray. We should be back there. We're planning on 3 days if the weather holds, and if there's grazing. It's been awful dry this year. May get back there and find that there isn't anything for the kids to eat. If so, we'll have to come back out tomorrow. But we're going to have a good ride regardless. Getting ready to enter. This is the Horse Thief Trailhead. Now we're getting into those beautiful aspens. There's some hikers up there. That's Ouray down below us. Fancy quit rubbing Zach's butt. We've got another 2.5 miles to go to get to the top. Well, this is the Bridge of Heaven, appropriately named, I think. I've seen one-lane bridges wider than this. We started out at about 8,500 feet. We're now at 12,300. It's a 5.25 mile continuous climb. I took my time. It took us about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get up here. I stopped and talked with 2 or 3 groups of hikers. Wasn't in any hurry. So Zach and Fancy did a good job. This is really a sight to see. Unfortunately, it has been extremely dry this year. The wildfires have been real bad. In fact, they closed the San Juans completely off to traffic for a month or 2 because of the fire hazard. And so it's still an awesome sight though. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's the little trail that we go down. And we'll go off down into difficulty. We'll go down there and around back over in there. This is where you trust your mule. Whoa. Well, you might say we're above tree line. I hear water running down there. That's good. Now I've just got to find grass for the mules. Well, I believe everybody's happy this morning. Pretty good view from camp. Getting ready to go on a nice ride. It's the first time I've seen sheep up here. I didn't know that I used to normally see a lot of elk. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing any elk. Off in the distance there, I think that is Coxcomb Peak. But I am not up that good on the mountains. I just like to look at them. This is the calving grounds normally. Well, it is, but I normally see 300 to 500 head of elk in here, but they're not here, or I haven't seen them yet. I think they may have gone down lower to find some groceries. Sure is hazy this year with that doggone smoke. Just one big drainage after the other. All with a different view. This is the same drainage just from a different view. This is the Cow Creek drainage. This trail goes over into Wetterhorn Basin. But looking at the trail on the GPS, it would be a lot of changes in elevation, and I just don't want to put Zach through it. It's not worth it. So I know where it goes now. We got to go down this draw. There really isn't a trail, you're just on the side hill. But that's the way home. We came up it. Don't understand why a wall tent is up here at 12,500 feet. Maybe maintenance workers on the trails or something, I don't know. Do you know, Zach? You got it figured out? Well, I come up over the saddle to go home, go down to camp, and there is sheep everywhere. The whole hillside over there is covered with them. Down in the bottom, they are everywhere. Zach doesn't seem to be too. My Lord. When I came out this morning, I only saw about 50. I believe there's more than that. Well, we're headed out for this year. Hopefully we can get over Ridge of Heaven and beat the rain. If we do, it'll be a good trip. There's normally a lot of flowers up here. It's usually just a flower garden. But not this year. Dadgum dry weather got them. Frame that one. That's what I come up here for. Can't quite see the bridge. Zach's taking a breather. Still not to the bridge. There's the bridge finally. Now's when you gotta trust your mule. Okay, Zach. Watch what you're doing. It's a long ways to the bottom. It's loose. Just loose gravel. Okay, let's go on the top. I'll let you rest up there. Whoa, big boy. Going back to the low country. Well, my pack trip's over for this year. We've seen a lot of beautiful country. Been from the aspens to the big cedars to the ponderosas to above tree line. I'd say we've pretty well seen it all. Good Lord willing, we'll be back next year.